Have you ever broken into a car? No. Me neither. But it looks like today I'm going to have to do. You guessed it. This car here, Project Christopher Ecclestun, has me kind of locked out. The key doesn't work in there because it looks like somebody's tried to break into it with a screwdriver, which means that I'm reliant on the fob. But if we look inside the car, you can see that. And that, my bearded friends, is the circuit board from the BCU, which I took out the other day. And then, with the most absent of mind, I locked the doors, and now I can't get back in. Now I have two choices. Either I break the glass, which is fine because I have spare glass, or I use one of the old tried and tested methods of getting into a car. I'm not overly optimistic of this working. I'm usually quite a patient man, but I can't seem to get this to work at all. And the last thing I want to do is start asking the advice of professional criminals. That was easy. Oh. I'm upgrading to an exposed BCU setup. Temporarily fixed. I'm kind of running out of ideas with Project Christopher Ecclestun actually, because the fuel pump is working, and I know that because of obviously I've had the fuel pumping out by bypassing the relay, and the BCU, which is known as being a problem with these Pectron devices, seems to be okay. And there's no corroded joints anywhere, nothing wrong with the wiring, so what else could it be? I'm not entirely hopeful for this car, you know. The list of jobs that need doing on this car isn't exactly short. If I could find out what this fueling issue is, then I've got a working car. But I've got a working car that needs a starter motor and an alternator. And obviously that is not really a big deal, is it? Cosmetically, of course, it has these rather crusty arches and plenty of bits like that that I'm not keen on myself. That one's the same, and then there is a bit more. There is a bit more around the front subframe as well, unfortunately. The front bumper needs a grille and repainting. It looks quite good there until you start getting close. And it has lots of lacquer peel. But again, all these things, they're not really such a problem, are they? Where it becomes a problem is trying to get the right money for it. Because, bearing in mind, these are just the things I've found without looking. There could be a whole raft of other issues knocking about with this car. Oh yeah, the exhaust back box. That's not very good. Quite a lot of lacquer peel, come to think of it. But again, that's because it's an old car. But because it's an old car, once it does have an MOT, I'm only going to get the same response as usual. And that is, oh, it's got this wrong, it's got that wrong, it's got this wrong and everything. We take this amount of money for it, which will probably be about a quarter of what I want for it. At which point I shall say, please, leave me alone. I want to end this conversation and put that rattlesnake away. Doing these kind of calculations does make me think, chances are it's not going back on the road. I haven't entirely made my mind up, but I can't really see that when I've done all this work, I'm going to get offered the right kind of money for it. Will someone pay £800 for this? Will they? Probably not. No, it'll be get the stick of guilt out. Get the stick of, oh, I've only got £354. Feed me the carrot of nonsense. So, on to something else for the moment. This. And I think we're probably looking at the same story again. Now that is a leak. That's a proper leak. I haven't even got the engine on. Well, after much consideration, I have decided that the ZR must just come apart. And same goes for that Streetwise as well. To be absolutely honest, it's not going to be worthwhile doing. But stay tuned, because the next car really is worthwhile keeping.